Good morning, this is Pigsy, doing another vid. So there's a couple of things today. I had this Homunculus experiment. I don't know, I was asleep and I woke up. I've been moving stuff around my flat, loads of crystals and stuff as well, and I went asleep, and when I woke up, probably about 3 in the morning, I heard this sort of like that noise near my ear, and I thought, what the hell's that? And just as I started to, I was conscious basically. You know, when you sort of start to wake up and you keep your eyes shut. So I was just moving my eyes, and then I heard this noise. So maybe it was, you know, I thought, bloody hell, the egg has hatched or something. I thought, I've created something here. It could be, because I've used my own DNA, it could be that I've got a psychic connection to it. And maybe I did sort of connect to something else. I don't know. It's a very complicated business, because what the egg has is, the DNA is like its own little processor, and it has a lot of like programs or resources that it can draw in, so it could mutate in some way, but it won't be sort of so as random as people think. It can be caused by sort of basically you just kind of an update, like a firmware update, because it's connected to the quantum physics, the world, the universe that we're in. So it's DNA is like a Wi-Fi device really, but it's normally, most people associate it remotely to the body, but it can go beyond that. So, for example, if the DNA contains stuff from the dinosaurs, you know, you could basically awake something from that period. You might create something very unusual. You just take all the compatible genes and sort of mix them together and make a program. So you might have something like a human come out with flipping claws on or something, or something like that. So that was yeah. So I had this weird sound, and I thought, that's odd. And I was just tired. I couldn't get out of bed for a little bit, and I thought, what are we going to find here? We're going to find it hatched or something like that. Or maybe it's drowned in my mixture. That's why I heard a cry. But no, it seemed to be fine. What I did though is I put my slow cooker on warm, and I put it in there as a kind of incubator, and then we just leave that, see what happens. May have no result at all, but at least I've tried it. You know, I've tried everything I could. It either proves or disproves that it's even possible, and I think that's quite important. You just go for it when it comes to science and other sort of weird experiments. And the other thing is that I closed my eyes again, and I thought about it, and I think I picked up this other entity. It was an elf. It was yeah, so it's probably in that fairy elf zone. Yeah, probably a little elf, and she was wearing like gypsy red type clothes, but the ears and the nose told me that she wasn't human. There was just it was like having a little Romanian girl, but with a red, with sort of this red stuff on, and yeah, like a Romanian gypsy, and then sort of stroke maybe a sort of it's like Indian type with the clothing. Yeah, it just seemed happy enough. Always be very careful with these things, because I mean, because you hear a lot of stories about, because they are interdimensional, they might bugger up something in your life if you kind of had an issue with them. They might do something that might actually cause an issue somewhere in your life. You hear these sort of fairy folk stories, and why it seems unplausible, if you're picking up the entity might be around you, probably best just to roll with it, not to be too judgmental, because you just don't know, do you? That's the thing. And if they can read your thoughts, you don't be like, oh well, you know, I'm afraid of this person, this thing. I'm going to attack it or find a way, do it, you know, that kind of thing. And they'll pick up on that and think this guy's an arsehole. I tell you what, we're going to cause him some bad luck. We're going to mess around with his missus' head or something, you know, or whatever. So yeah. The other thing I'll quickly cover is flat Earth. I have a way to completely debunk it, actually. If somebody says, "Oh, do you feel like it's spinning?" I said, "Okay then." So the Earth is flat. There's no gravity, right? Everything's controlled by density. Everything drops down, right? It's not moving. It's not spinning anyway. It's not spinning. So if it's controlled by density, this universal force, how does it keep itself up? Because there's nothing underneath it, right? So the density of it means that the thing's falling. And if you're falling, do you feel like you're falling? Because they often say, do you feel like you're spinning? Say, well, do you feel like you're falling? Because a object defined by density and everything drops into place, and up is up and down is down, or some crap like that. Basically, you just be falling. And if you dropped a penny or you put a dish in water, you see how it sort of moves. It could potentially flip over as well. You just wouldn't. There's no way the planet would hold its shape. And why is there an ice wall around it? Why isn't there an ice wall, like a massive icy thing in the middle or something? So that's the problem. Density's just blown out the window. Then they could say, well, it's got a glass dome and keeps everything in. I said, I'm sure a pilot would have flown up that high and noticed the reflection of his own bloody plane in a glass dome, or either that we would have punched a hole in it or done something by now. Even blowing a rocket up in the air, we could smash something like that. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. And they might refer to things like, well, you can't find curvature of water and all these sorts of things, but they're irrelevant. If you've got one of their details don't make sense, the whole lot doesn't make sense. So you're not falling through space. There's a force that keeps you in place, but there is no gravity, and this force doesn't exist. So it's density. So there's a density underneath that's pushing upwards, and then there's no space. So where are we? You know, it's kind of like they might ask you to prove things. And it's not really the debate if you believe in a globe or not. The biggest debate is, do you believe in a flat Earth or not? You know, is it feasible in your head? And it might not be. Just because things look flat doesn't mean they are. You know, it's just one of these things. So, and I think there's also fear it might be like against creationism and so on. But it's a separate. It's a separate issue, really. You know, these other issues like whether NASA lies or not. I said, yeah, probably do actually. A lot of people lie, but it doesn't mean, you know, the most sort of far out theory could be thrown out there. And they might say, well, it is flat. I said, yeah, the Earth's flat. It just follows around in a curve. If they said there's the infinity plane, you can always check that. They can go around the equator if they want. No government's going to stop them doing that, are they? So yeah. Anyway, it's just a thought. It's just it irritates me. There's just so many videos and there's stuff out there, and because I've looked at it, I get bombarded by them all. So it's pretty crazy. I just keep getting options of seeing debunk or proof that it's real and all this sorts of stuff like that. And I don't really pick up what the information I'm looking for really. You know, just basically, it's good to question everything, but not to basically delete everything you've learned. Anyway, this is Piggy sign off. Have a great one.